Good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth, a little beaver cam, and then we're going to go into beaver art. Let's get going. Good morning. It's cold. It's 50 degrees, but there he is. There he is. I went out there and caught this, but I'm recording it with a voiceover, so that's why you don't hear the birds, because it was very cold. My teeth were chattering. Well, it's 50. It's not very cold, but it's really damp. It rained just about all day yesterday. There he goes. Oh, that little stinker. All right, yesterday I got 2 gouache coloring books, like instruction books, and a set of gouache from that company that I have the Stabilo Woodies from, Crayon Dash, or I don't know how you say that. And I was practicing, I was playing with blue to make lake water and just playing with browns. I'm going to draw a beaver there and all kinds of funny, just playing with stuff. And then I got a phone call. It goes over acrylic really well. I was trying to draw the outline of Lake Murray on the back of Steven Spielberg's face and cut that out. And there's my phone call. My mom and dad had an appliance explosion, and this was last night. Off we ran. It was okay. Well, so now this is the next morning. This is this morning, a little while ago. I'm cutting out Steven Spielberg's face, aka my map of Lake Murray, and it occurred to me that I hadn't made a map in this journal, and I dearly love maps, and I really like those paints. I really, really do. So, there's my map of Lake Murray, roughly laid or designed, but it's kind of pretty much what it does. On the left-hand side, you see 2 V's, of one going kind of northwest and one going southeast. Well, those are the 2 rivers that feed into Lake Murray, the Saluda and the Congaree. And then I have this brown splat of leftovers. I think I just kind of wiped it from another place, and I'm writing Lake Murray with that little stencil that I forgot I had, of course. And I couldn't figure out what to put in the rest of that space, but then I wrote it out, and I wrote Beaver Frontier. And so this is where the beaver lives, on Lake Murray, at my house. There's more beavers in this lake than the one I have. There's quite a few, actually. And I go to the black Stabilo Woody and do the outline in black and then dampen that with the wet paintbrush, and I just love that look. And I kind of don't like this page. I love the map. I love the splat with the title. So I glued those other pages in from yesterday, and then the one that the beaver did that I found on my desk. Ha, sneaky little devil. He thinks I look like that. I'm taller than that, I'm quite certain. Maybe not. Okay, so I cut this one out to fit into here since he didn't know the size and dimensions of my journal. And I'm fine with the way it looks. And I do a tiny bit of a flip through. My beaver journal's done. It started with beaver swatches. Then it went into some vertical abstract beavers, tie-dye beavers, that's what they are. Then I did the Beaver Cam Stories page and what I have in my blind that I photographed from. My field guide log sheet. Then I have a collage Beaver Cam Day 1. His little head sticking out of the water. Here he is building his dam, which that needs a little bit more help. Here he is dreaming. Oh, this is his current favorites in the fashion of like planners and things like that. Oh, geez. And I used vellum. This was the paper from Kelly Perky's Traveler's Notebook monthly subscription kit. And
He was binging on loose branches. He's loving the neighbor's dock. He's listening to doves in the morning. And he's watching that crazy lady with the camera. Then we just did some trees. And this is called Buffet. Oh, how do I have a blank page? Oh, we might have one more day. Okay. Here, I took a page out of one of the coloring books I've gotten, like Lorna Scobie, and used birds like she does. And there's an owl, there's a beaver, there's a snake, there's a spider. It says, will someone join me for a tree? That was one of the coloring book pages. Or that was the one with multiple artists. Then I did another collage of the birds I hear in the morning when I'm in the blind, filming him from my National Geographic article. Somehow he got a hold of my camera and made his own page of that crazy lady in the window doing her art and watching him. And these were the paints he colored. He found these on a plate on my table here. And he said that was the blue from the water he lives in. This was orange, like, what did he call this one? The Japanese maple that he ate. The red from like redwood trees of his ancestors. And this, I think he said these were the azaleas that he eats on, or red tips. This was off of, a lot of the Instagram art is done in circles that they post. A lot of it. A lot of nature stuff is done in circles these days, right now. And I did that. This is him eating on the shores. These are his stumps that he leaves behind. And I called it, and another one bites the dust. And then this is where he lives, which we just did, which is still not dry. This was from the new paints that I got, and that was a remnant, and I cut it out, whatever shape it was, and I called it Beaver Frontier. And this is where our beaver lives, on our lake. This is the roughly cut shape of Lake Murray, right here. Columbia is right here. Well, it's actually like right here. And he's right here. And that's the end of our beaver journal. These are the notes that I'm taking and acquiring artwork for the article. Now these I had done ahead of time. Oh, mermaid markers with colored pencil, Prima watercolors and graphite pencil, and colored pencils and Prima. These were some beavers that I made. These were before I figured out what I was going to do in this page. Oh, here's another collage. I don't know what that is, but here's a beaver and a tree. Here's another one of the beavers. These are the ones I drew. This was some paper that Bella and my granddaughter and I did. These were just swatches. Now this is, oh, and this, I dedicated this book to James Burke, because about the time I started to do this is when I got his washi tape, and I got, oh, his zine, #2. And I'm kind of like roughly saying this is like his zines, sort of. And it was like a project concept for a beaver article for the National Geographic magazine. And I was observing him in my blind for the magazine and making notes in my field guide logs and getting ready for my article to submit it to the National Geographic. That's all fantasy, people. I'm never going to submit an article to the National Geographic. I don't have that kind of talent. But I do have that kind of fun. This is an Amy Tangerine Traveler's Notebook, so it's not as thick, it's not as big as the as many pages, but I love it. I need to make a cover. Tomorrow we'll make a cover. Right now I'm back off to my mom and dad's. We had an appliance explosion last night. Never ends. That's okay. We have a surprise for her in the morning, and then a appliance explosion last night. She had a surprise for me last night. We have a surprise for her tomorrow. For them tomorrow. So, see you all then. With our cover. And that empty page. I don't know how we got an empty page in here. Oh, I think I did leave an empty page. No, I don't know. I don't know how we got an empty page. We'll do this page tomorrow. The last one. And maybe the cover. Or 2 more. Last page and cover. I don't know. See ya. Bye.
So come back tomorrow. We have one more page and the cover. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment. See ya tomorrow. Bye.